Welcome to Cord Cutting This Week, episode number 27, the show where I give you my opinion on some of the biggest stories in the world of cord cutting from the past week. Now, these are stories I personally think are most impactful, most influential going forward. This is also my opinion. If you want to learn more, down in the show notes, you will find links to each individual story that will show you more. But hey, let's dive in. A lot has happened this week, very busy week, and I want to let you know what I think about it. Right off the bat is a story we reported yesterday, and during this year's Sony's big investor media event, Sony's president came out and did a couple interesting things. First of all, said PlayStation Vue, this is very important, PlayStation Vue is not going where he intends to keep PlayStation Vue in the face of analysts calling for the service to be shut down. But he did say, and Sony did acknowledge, that the future of Sony is uncertain. Both the let me read this, make sure I get it right. Both the market and future business model for Sony PlayStation Vue remains uncertain. So what does that mean? Now, that does not mean PlayStation Vue is dead. I had people posting yesterday, oh, PlayStation Vue, it's gone. Or, you know, that's out of context, PlayStation Vue isn't dying. No. Saying something's uncertain doesn't mean it's dead, doesn't mean it will die. It just means that the future right now is uncertain. Sony doesn't seem to know exactly where they're going with PlayStation Vue and what they want to do with PlayStation Vue. Clearly, though, PlayStation Vue is facing strong headwinds with YouTube and reportedly YouTube, but that's not confirmed, but confirmed with DirecTV Now, both launching after PlayStation Vue and both reportedly now outpacing it for subscribers. DirecTV Now is at about 1.2 million. Sling TV is at 2.2 million. And rumor is, according to which reports you listen to, YouTube TV is at about 1 million, where PlayStation Vue is hovering around 600,000 subscribers after 3 years. Analysts have pointed to that as a reason to abandon the service and stop pouring money into PlayStation Vue. Sony has countered and said that, hey, PlayStation Vue is about a lot more than just making money. We're using that to collect a lot of data about people and use it. You can imagine that Sony, looking at what you watch, would help Sony Pictures and make more TV and movies that'll be of interest to you and subscribers. The question now is, will that be enough to keep Sony going if they don't see a return on their capital they're spending on it? We'll have to wait and see. But this is important. You know, words mean things. This is kind of one of the things I want to talk about here. Just because Sony says uncertain doesn't mean a service is dead. And a lot of people seem to be equating uncertainty with death. So just keep that in mind. A lot of things can be uncertain and then a company comes and finds a new way to do it. But for now, the future of Sony's PlayStation Vue is uncertain. Even though they're seeing still growth, it's definitely not the growth they want. All right, let's keep moving forward into some other interesting live TV streaming news. Verizon is abandoning their own live TV streaming service. For about a year now, on and off again, Verizon's talked about intense plans to launch a live TV streaming service to take on PlayStation Vue, Sling TV, DirecTV Now, etc. Now they've announced just this week that never mind, we're not going to do that. We are going to turn Fios into a streaming service. Now, it seems like they're still going to keep the same model, you know, very similar to what DirecTV is doing with their satellite. This isn't going to necessarily be a cord-cutting service. This is going to be more of just streaming it online with the same packages and probably the same contracts. I'm not sure if Fios has a contract. Don't call me on that. I know some do, some don't. But they've announced that they are looking to partner now with an existing streaming service like DirecTV Now, Sling TV, PlayStation Vue, etc. in an effort to find a partner that will allow them to bundle some Oath properties, which is their new company that is the parent company of Yahoo, AOL, some other ones. CNET is included with that. Some other properties. Take their videos, bundle them into probably a rebranded DirecTV Now, Sling TV, PlayStation Vue, etc., and allow them to resell it as along with their wireless 5G service. So we'll have to wait and see, but clearly Verizon's kind of seeing the writing wall. Hey, there's so many services, not all of them can survive. We don't feel like we're in a position right now to make a good effort at this, so we would rather partner with an existing service and go forward. They've said by the fourth quarter, when they launch their 5G service, they hope to have a partner in place. So keep a close eye on this. CenturyLink is doing something very similar. They decided to stop expanding their Prisma service. They have decided to shut down their live TV streaming service in favor of launching a partnership with reportedly DirecTV Now. It could be another one. They haven't officially announced that. Keep a close eye on this. As streaming grows, we're already seeing a whittling. You see PlayStation Vue, DirecTV Now, and Sling TV way outpacing most competitors. YouTube TV being the other one. The wild card was people reporting that getting close to 1 million. It's uncertain how exactly what number that is at right now, but it's going to be harder for smaller competitors to get in, new services to launch, and there's others waiting in the wings. T-Mobile's investing heavily in a new live TV streaming service. There is the Vidgo service, who still is out there saying they intend to launch. So it makes sense why Verizon would say, we would rather partner, let them deal with a lot of the headache. We'll try to bundle in some of our stuff and make a special version for our subscribers. All right, let's keep moving along, but just keep an eye on that. Verizon's probably not the first service to walk away from this. Next up is an interesting topic related to all this. It's kind of a live TV streaming update, but really want to dive into this real quick because I think it's really interesting. Sling TV per dollar offers the most channels, but does that even matter? So when you look at it, for $35, Sling TV offers 86 channels. That's a pretty hefty lineup. You can add for an additional $5 in DVR and get DVR 86 channels for $40, which outpaces DirecTV Now, Sling TV, or PlayStation Vue, Hulu, YouTube TV, and more. But does that matter? I often get emails, hey, what service is the best value? Which one offers the most channels? And the real question is, whatever service offers the channels you want. Now, Sling TV may be offering all these channels, but if they're not the channels you want, it doesn't really matter. So keep that in mind. You really need to look for what you want and what's good for you, not this big bundle that everybody's offering. So keep a close eye on this. It may or may not be a good deal for you. And that's what I really want to talk about here. I say it all the time. I just want the most channels, the most this, the most that. And I can give you a bunch of content, but if you don't like it, is it worth anything? Keep that in mind. There's a ton of options. What may be right for you is not going to be right for me, is not going to be right for this other person. Everybody's different, and cord cutting allows you the ability to have a wide range of packages to pick from. But with that, you also have to accept the fact that there is a real decisions you have to make. You're not just going to run out with cable and they're going to say, hey, we've done all the work, here's a bundle. You have to do a little bit of thinking about what you want and pick the service that's right for you. Let's keep moving, but just keep that in mind though, that's important. So let's keep moving on up here. Right now, one of the most interesting arguments with all these cord cutting is it worth it with money? Here's a story that brings a different perspective on cord cutting. It's not just about money, maybe it's about your customer satisfaction. A study says that PlayStation Vue, Sling TV, and DirecTV Now customers are far happier than cable TV subscribers. And it's not even close. 62% of traditional pay TV subscribers are unhappy or are happy. 78% of streaming service providers like PlayStation Vue, Sling TV, etc. are happy. Sling TV, Hulu, DirecTV Now, and PlayStation Vue all outpace their competition in the happiness rating. Even services like Amazon Prime Video, Twitch, Vudu, CBS All Access, HBO Now are well ahead. The average ranking for all those services is 71% happiness compared to 62% for traditional cable TV. So there's a big argument here that, hey, even if, let's say down the road, it may not be exactly what you want, it may not have the exact TV channel, it may not have the exact feature you want, but if your overall experience is noticeably better, and people with cord cutting seem to be saying, yeah, streaming is a noticeable better experience, it may drive more people to become cord cutters. Money is still a very big part of this, but enjoyment, the ease of access, the the overall experience is something I think cable kind of neglects too. For so long, it didn't matter. They didn't have competition. Now that they do, they're being forced to address that. And as you can see in the ratings, they're losing when it comes to customer satisfaction. So there you go. What do you think? Are you more satisfied now with cord cutting than you were with cable? I'd love to hear your opinion on that. I'd also love to hear, what do you think was the biggest story from the past week? Did I miss one? Which one of these stories do you think was the most impactful? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to know what you think on the world of cord cutting. And subscribe for new videos, how-to guides, and more. Also visit us over at cordcuttersnews.com. Every day we're posting 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 or more stories a day all about the world of cord cutting. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Check back next week for our next weekly cord cutting update.